Welcome back to the greatest episode of all tremendous.
Why do you always sound like Trump when you
No,
do
I
that?
mean like there's just one way.
Idol mo ba siya?
There's just one way to do it. Nasabi ko. Si Don Ju. Nakita mo yung
Yeah.
mga Don Ju, you can't lose if you have no win. Or something like that. If you have no strategy, you have no loss. Yung mga- Meron yan, Our Art of War. Don
Oh
Ju.
my God, the
Don
Art of
Ju.
War. My
Art
God.
of War,
The
Don
new
Ju.
Art of War.
Oh, if you have no strategy, you have no defeat. Yung mga ganun. If you have no end game, you have no start game. Mga ganun. Anyway, but going back to this, bro. Ito na, pag-usapan natin strategy, elections, alignments. I think some people may nirelease tayo na combination siya ng mga private surveys na hindi lumabas, but some of us had some access to or some of the numbers. So may projection siya na in dashed line, parang Chinese na. And then may yung mga public risk. Pag-usapan natin yan because it goes also to what Lovely has been mentioning, no? Yung like, the electoral map is actually much more fluid.
Yeah.
Hindi totoo na ito yung solid this, solid that, tapos na. Actually, hindi ganun ka-solid eh.
Yep.
Some parts are a little bit convertible, it's offer. But before we go there, I want to start, before we talk about Lovely and elections, all this trending people, ang pinaka-trending actually is Attorney Falsis!
Yeah, Attorney Francis
Na
ngayon.
parang ganyan ang upuan nilang dalawa ni Meow Meow, di ba? Tapos, ikaw nga, ganun. Ano ba nangyari? Di ba ikaw ang dapat kasama nila?
Hindi ako nakasama eh. Nanonood lang dapat ako. Last minute something came up. So hindi ako studio audience lang dapat ako
Yeah.
nun. Pero I want to meet Meow Meow in person din eh. Hindi ko pa siya nami-meet.
Fan!
Fanboy! Adjacent nga.
Ayun. Para sa akin, ganito lang yun. Yung nangyaring debate, it was weird for me kasi nga, sabi nga ni Falsis, first of all, pinagtabi sila.
Na ganyan.
Oo, tapos
Close,
yung moderator, si Natulfo, yun nasa gilid.
Oo.
Dapat, kung debate, si Falsis at saka
Oo.
si nasa
Tas
gilid
moderator
at sa
gitna.
gitna, di ba?
Baliktad.
Kasi it was awkward. I'm debating with you and I'm beside you.
So, tapos ayaw ko tumingin
Tapos
sa'yo.
ikaw,
Parang
laway.
gumagano ako.
Oo, nakaganon. Like, literally, tapos
Oo.
alam mo, I've never seen, now,
Awkward.
Ang awkward ni Barzaga, he was like a deer in front of your headlights.
Yeah.
Ganun lang. The whole time, yung tulala, ang daming beses. And it was interesting na ang daming mga very influential people and vloggers that were watching that particular debate. Including
Live ba
Shelo
yun?
Magno.
Live ba yun?
It was
Oh,
live.
Hindi
Oh,
siya
wow.
actually parang debate eh. Parang interview siya na merong slash debate. May
Kasi-
portions na interview, may portions na nagkukwentuhan sila. Hindi siya
Wait, but
straightforward
bakit si
debate.
Meow Meow? Laos na yan. Di ba si Gucci yung unang hinamon?
Hindi kumasa. Hindi pumayag.
Hindi man lang kumasa si Kwanson. Ayaw niya.
O ayaw niya.
Bakit?
Dahil daw hindi abogado siguro si Falsis.
Dahil
Kulang ng followers.
Hindi daw kandidato si
Hindi ka, parang,
Falsis.
bakit? Parang anyone can be a candidate. Hello.
Hindi,
Okay.
kaya nagdeklara si Falsis.
Paano naman naging treasure?
Hindi pa rin-
Exactly. So sabi Falsis, I'm also running for Senate. Ay, mag-debate na tayo. Ganun.
Nakakatawa yung rason na yun, di ba? Pero sa akin, bottom line, I think takot lang talaga si Guanzon kay Falsis. And I'm not saying it to insult Rowena Guanzon or anything. I'm just saying that that's the reality. I think she really is afraid and affected by Falsis. Kahit makita mo yung banata nila online, babanat si Falsis. Like, shots fired talaga. Una si Falsis, sasagot si Guanzon. Babanat lalo si Falsis.
Oh.
Wala nagsagot. Talagang
Ano siya eh, parang pag-escalation, first thing pa lang, chemical warfare na kagad.
Oo.
Nagtapon ng chemical weapon. Parang wala na yung wala na yung
Wala.
escalation ladder.
Wala na.
Andito na kagad si Valsis. Kaya pag sumagot, igaganon niya na, wala
yeah,
na. Yeah.
Pero kaya nakita ko kay Falsis, ito, I like what he's doing kasi before
Yeah.
this, he used to just be on post, diba? Mga text. Pero ngayon, he's coming out na on videos, on vlogs
He's
like
a
this.
debater, of
He's-
course. I mean, trabaho niyan for a long
Exactly.
time.
So ngayon, na-realize sa mga DDS, mahirap itong ikadebate.
Oh,
Nagde-debate na to. Nag-debate, if I'm not mistaken, he's a debate coach before.
Yeah.
Oh, so ang hirap kalabanin yung ganito. Pero for me, I like it because now, he's breaking through echo chambers by doing this. Kasi Barzaga has a following. I don't know how strong their belief is with Barzaga. Di ba Barzaga became this parang internet meme at one point na wow, the new breed of they're grooming him as this new breed of politician. Trapo si Barzaga. Okay, trapo
Did
siya.
you see that part na So, corrupt ka. Nanakaw ka.
Pero yung sagot niya parang
Iniikot
hindi
niya,
ako nahuli,
Nelson
parang
Mandela,
gano'n.
Nelson Mandela.
Oh, yung
is-
Nelson
what is-
Mandela,
what is
parang
legal, what is
wait,
ano.
Nelson Mandela.
Hindi, sabi ko nga, in fairness,
Who do you think you are? Yan, say.
in fairness, honest, ayaw niya magsinungaling na hindi sila corrupt.
Di, meron pa
Kasi
siyang ano eh.
very-
Kung si Mandela nga kinulong, that can be against law, so pwede rin ako. Parang, just because it's, nung una, di pa ako huli. Pero even if nahuli ako, hindi ibig sabihin mali. Parang ganun yung ginagawa niya eh. I mean, he's not smart enough to put it that way, but that's his parang style of debating.
Tapos sinasabi pa, Romualdez could say he is clean,
Not-
but he is not clean. Ano kinalaman doon? Siya lang yung tinatanong ikaw ba, corrupt
Pero
ka ba?
yung
Pag
ano niya,
ginagawa
'di ba? Yun yung parang charot niya sa mga
Fairness,
DDS.
hirap siya
Basta
siguro
tirahin niya si Martin
magsinungaling.
Romualdez.
Oo.
Meron siya appeal. Ang problema, iniyari siya ni Falsis. Wait, bago ka magmamalinis sa iba, kamusta kayo? Yung district nyo, nung councilor ka, yung congressman, yung ano mo.
Tatay mo.
Oo, ganun basically.
Binanatan, no?
Oo.
Tsaka what I like din doon sa buong debate nila na nangyari, Falsis called out Meow Meow doon sa mga ibang ginawa niya, like yung pambabastos kay Congressman, the late Congressman
Yeah.
Acop.
Bastos.
So, yun ang actually yun ang maganda pag doon sa debate, yung sa Tricom din dati, yung alam mo yung humarap kami doon sa Congress and ano.
Yes.
Maganda din kasing nako-call out yung mga sinasabi.
Yes.
Kasi kadalasan hindi sila na natatanong
Oo.
about it, hindi
Na
sila.
direkta.
Oo eh. So,
Well, kasalanan ng media yan.
Yeah.
I think the
Yun.
media is too softballing with these people. I know they're eye-catching, but you have to ask the right
No,
questions.
but at the same time, sige, if you talk about media kasi, media kasi has always been, before this whole social media phenomenon happened, media has always been considered to be neutral. Di ba?
Yeah,
That they will
well.
just, here are the facts. Bahala kayo how you look at the facts. Pero ngayon kasi umabot na tayo sa panahon where it's not just about here are the facts. You now have to give insight. You now have to give a perspective on that facts because people want to hear perspective. They don't have to agree, but they just want to hear, sige, you give me the facts, but tell me, ano tingin mo? Tama ba to o mali?
but-
And I will decide if I agree
Ako,
or not.
for like, invite kay Toby Chanko.
Yeah,
Since last year. Like,
without
wait,
pushback.
Wait. First of all, why is Toby Chanko your source to talk about supposed lack of transparency or whatever? Like,
Sino
sa
siya?
dami pang ibang mga people with unimpeachable.
Yeah.
Talaga integrity, 100%. Of all this, that I can understand. Like, may background check sana, diba? Like, you're not gonna just interview anyone, especially if that person is positioning as something na napakalayo naman dun sa background check
Right.
sana. So, I just never understand. Ngayon, medyo, I think people know where Toby Chanko stands in terms of the grand scheme of things. But, I was like, why are they getting Toby Chanko to talk about yung issue ng flood control, whatever? Like, una-una, pag-usapan kaya natin, ano ba ulit ang background nitong tao na to? Ano ulit ang trabaho? Di ba siya yung campaign manager ng palpak ng campaign ng admin about sa... Yung mga ganun, like, due diligence. So, it's not about neutrality for it's about due diligence. So, kunyari, ikaw, God forbid, if you were like some dodgy guy, why would I invite you to talk about good governance?
Right. Okay.
Diba?
Okay, right,
Or
right.
kung ikaw, expert ka sa, sabi na basketball, why would I invite him to talk about AI?
or
For
they
me,
just
hindi
choose-
neutrality yan, due diligence yan, pare.
They just choose yung maingay.
Exactly.
Yung mga
Clickbait.
ano.
Or yes kagad sa interview, go kagad. Oh.
Well, can you blame them for wanting to interview yung mga maiingay? I mean, that's why si Barzaga gets a lot of airtime. And Barzaga gets airtime without any credentials, without any credibility.
Sino ba
Who is
siya?
he?
Yeah.
He doesn't even make sense a lot of times. And yet, he is being championed by mga DDS trolls and mga media pages na alanganin din, propping him up na, wow, this fresh breath of fresh air na political whatever he is. Pero thank God he was exposed by Falsis. And honestly,
Yeah.
nung nakita ko tong debate na to, I think there was a glimmer of light that happened in his head. Parang may light bulb moment siya na.
Na-real talk siya eh.
Oo, na-real talk siya na tama
Kasi
naman
got away
ata si
with it all
Falsis.
this time eh. Yeah, yung mga ganun.
Oo, sobrang na-real talk siya na 30 minutes pa lang into the debate, na CR na.
Yeah.
For 20 minutes siya nasa CR. As long as he's been debating with,
Ano nangyari?
listening.
Nag-meltdown? Ano ba nangyari? I mean, I don't mean it in that
basa ko,
sense.
Ako, wala namang idea kung what's going on.
In the
I
CR.
think
Alam mo na.
si Meow Meow parang he lacks parang, I've been
Bowel
saying
movement control?
Hindi,
Ano?
parang people skills eh.
Yeah. Parang
hindi
may
siya
Asperger's,
confrontational,
gano'n?
hindi siya, so,
He's confrontational.
Come on, hindi...
Look what he did
Yeah.
in the Congress.
Bastos
Pumapasok
siya,
sa isang meeting na I want to talk to the speaker now parang mga that's confrontational and then waiting outside.
Or more like performative.
That's
Pero pag
more
ni-real talk,
performant.
I don't know kung napanood niyo yung Netflix series na Manosphere.
No.
Panoorin yan. Yung in-interview nung guy, parang gitna, nagigets yung mga, yung ibang Manosphere, like, shucks, parang, nga, walang kwenta yung sinasabi ko. Makikita mo eh. Tapos ayaw na nila magpa-interview. Kasi mga grifters, no offense to people, grifters get away with things when they're just allowed to do their shtick, right?
Yeah, talk
You just
ako,
bring
whatever,
them,
yeah.
blah, blah, blah.
Walang
Next,
walang
trending.
pushback yeah.
Nung na-push back kagad, or parang, wait, di ba yun ang sinabi mo? Bakit ganito? Biglang, nag-freeze, makita mo, nakakaya. Like, so, bati sila, they're smart enough to realize, nga, parang there's nothing less. Parang puro hanggang dito lang. Pinush mo ng konti, wala na, there's nothing here.
Wala nang laman.
Wala nang laman. It's vacuous, to use the term. So, feeling ko, after 30 minutes, na-realize ko, wait lang, anong gagawin ko? We still see the failure of media. No offense, some of my good friends, na I expected more na, although they did it on their vlog. Parang, pinatula. I mean, alam naman natin, nagpapapogi lang to, nagpapakit lang to. Dapat unang question, sino ka ba? Wait, who you again? Like, why are you positioning? Yun ang unang tanong.
So stop giving people like Barzaga a platform.
Well, give platform but challenge na. Like for instance, etong Prof. Jang na ek-ek
Oh,
na yan.
yeah.
Tinanong ka agad ni, yung Mehdi Hassan, di ba?
Yeah.
Interview niya. Bakit Prof. Jang pangalan mo? Prof ka ba? Tapos sabi niya, no, hindi. It's the name they gave. No, it's not the name. It's on your YouTube. Tapos, kinwestiyon sa una. Paano ka pumasok? Ano ba expertise? And then, di ba, sinabi mo, itong prediction mo, pero meron ka rin video na, ito rin sinabi mo. So, linalabas mo lang. Kinano niya, wala na bro. Talagang na-shutdown siya. Bro, panoorin niya. Napahiya ka. So,
I didn't watch the whole
platform it. But ask the right questions. Hindi yung immediately you give credentials. Ganon, yeah.
I think maganda yung ginagawa ng ng bilyonaryo. Where Falsis is also...
Oh yeah, Falsis is there in fairness.
They bring together
colorful
opposite sides.
Colorful.
Yes.
Para at least, kasi siguro kung ikaw yung host, kung ikaw yung journalist or media, na siguro naano sila na masyadong to go hard on a certain issue na ayaw nilang makulayan na your kampi ka dun sa kalaban namin, no? Pero pag host mo si Falsis, host mo si Trixie or si Jimmy Bondo.
Jimmy Bondo.
They could kumbaga alam na kung saan yung side nila, they could ask the hard questions doon sa guest. So I think ganung format mas okay instead of yung traditional na tatanungin lang na mababaw lang at hindi masyadong...
but let's be clear, it's not journalism. Yung entertainment na yan for me. That's more entertainment, more opinionated entertainment.
Right. Well, I mean, at the end of the day, opinion right now is what's forming what the narrative is right now.
Kasi attention economy, di ba? Para maano ka sa algorithm, para mapansin ka, you have to make the most extreme positioning, unfortunately. So, there's a physics and economics to it, unfortunately. Pero, freeze muna tayo dyan sa issue na. I wanna go to, balikan natin si Lovely.
Lovely Granada.
Because she was really like building momentum. Yung interview mo sa kanya,
Yes.
I'm a big fan of that kind of engagement. And then nakita natin tuloy-tuloy.
Yeah,
she was also on our show, sa with due respect sa DSMM, etc. So, everyone's happy. And then, what happened? Like, nasabotage siya?
Na parang nahack yung that particular week, several vloggers were all hacked on Facebook.
Yeah.
And including Shelo Magno, na-hack. Sabay-sabay yun nangyari. Nakita ko kasi we were on a chat group.
So there was an operation.
May operation talaga na nangyari to try to shut down these.
So the page is not public now?
Her page is not public, unfortunately. Ang nangyari sa kanya, she went from, imagine mo, around 10,000 followers, shoots up to 160,000.
Right away.
Immediate. Lakas
na. Boom.
Tapos biglang bam, shut. And she doesn't know how to get it back. Ngayon, obviously the DDS trolls are all laughing at her, making fun of her, saying, tignan mo, kala mo, kung sino ka, tignan mo, wala ka na ngayon. Ganun naman talaga, wala ka naman talaga. But the thing is, you don't go from 10,000 to 160,000 kung wala kang sinasabi.
Yeah, na may sensible.
Na make sense.
Oo.
And that resonate, that penetrates the echo chambers. Lovely, because she's Bisaya, and one of the few Bisaya that speaks out, and I like that. And I actually encourage her
Well,
to speak more Bisaya.
in our world, because in their world, there are people we don't know. Right? Kaya nga
Yeah.
I think we have to be clear.
Sure.
In our world, yeah.
But
But
what
I'm
I'm-
sure there's a huge, kind of a podcast sphere there, fantastic sphere. We don't
I
know
would
about.
love to
Yeah,
know.
yun nga,
Okay,
yeah.
bulag ako dito
Oh,
siguro,
we don't
aminin
know
ko na.
yeah.
I would love to know sino to mga Bisaya vloggers that
I'm
are
sure
fighting
so
for
many,
democracy,
yeah.
for truth, for justice,
There are a
for
lot of them,
accountability.
yeah. We just don't
Please,
know.
kung malaman
Yeah.
natin, we will promote you guys.
Tsaka collabs.
Collab tayo, kasi
Yeah,
talagang
work
importante
together.
yun eh.
Yeah, 100%.
Remember, Filipinos, hindi lang naman Tagalog eh, di ba? Filipinos is Bisaya, is Ilonggo,
Yeah.
is Ilocano, sandami pang ibang mga lengguwahe na we call Filipino. Kaya, the more the merrier, and the more
Yeah.
of us fighting for truth and democracy and freedom, much better.
That's why we look forward to having collabs dun sa mga kaibigan natin from Vismin area, hopefully, I don't know, Cebu, Iloilo later this year, no? We were hoping.
Yeah, eventually, ang gusto ko nga mangyari is, and we were talking about this, na
Yeah.
pupunta tayo sa Cebu. For example, pupunta ba tayong Davao?
Well, if we're welcome by the City Hall and all, I'm not personally got ng data in Davao. I know there's a couple of cities in Mindanao, but not in Davao. So,
Davao City.
So technically, I should not have any problem. And I have very good friends here sa Ateneo de Davao, among other things, who understood the context of my saying. And alam naman nila. Anyway, I want to put behind.
Oh, sige, so,
that's why I'm not happy with this map. There's a new map now. Parang showing na naman ito yung educational. I feel it's even worse than the whole Human Development Index thing, whatever.
Why is it worse? For everyone's context lang, para alam nila yung sinasabi mo, Richard. You're talking about the heat map index, kung saan pinapakita yung educational attainment ng mga Pilipino according to your geography, kung Luzon, Visayas, or Mindanao.
So parang green is like my college
College
ganon.
and post-college.
Pag
Pag
below
red is wala man lang parang grade school. Pag orange is
Or yellow,
naka-graduate ka from grade school. And lumalabas kasi, majority sa Mindanao, grade school lang, hindi pa nakatapos, or nakatapos na ng grade school, hindi na nakaabot ng high school. And then merong yellow, which is mga naka-high school, if I remember correctly, nag-high school parang hanggang dun lang. Where you look at Luzon naman, primarily, nakagraduate ng college.
Yung Metro Manila area.
Especially
and
Metro
Baguio,
Manila.
whatever, yeah.
So, Richard, that's a statistical fact. That heat map
Yeah,
is
but ang
not naman-
problem ko is-
what is wrong with this?
That's why last year I felt bad about the situation kasi ang tanong sa akin dun sa CNN was, sa tingin mo saan galing yung popularity ko? Sabi ko it's because of historical injustice and all. And then because I had just a few seconds, yung quick numbers,
Yes,
diba? Sabi,
yeah.
look at the diversity of Human Development Index. And by the way, Human Development is look at life expectancy.
Yes,
education.
yes.
Pero may pagkagana. So obviously I didn't qualify. I didn't have enough time to qualify.
Qualify it.
And my advice to people is when you don't have enough time to qualify something, just don't
Don't
say
make a
it.
statement.
I stand that I just said facts about things, but if you don't have enough time, you don't say it kasi you might end up inadvertently offending people. Kasi the last thing I want to do is for people to feel na parang dinadown because that was
Right.
not point. My point was inequality. Kailangan natin ayusin. It has nothing to do with ethnicity, whatever. It's just a historical inequality we have to correct.
Okay, so this one naman.
My problem with this map is it's even worse than that.
Why?
Because I
He
saw
just put a map on the data. May data kasi na nakikita mo. It's not like he made up the data.
No.
He didn't make up the data.
There's a fact, and then there's an interpretation of the fact, and then there's an interpretation of fact with a political kind of messaging. Just go to the Twitter. Some of these people are following me, so I know. I know they're just being factual about it. But look at like I saw a post na parang Heidi Mendoza. Parang there's an implication na if you just elevate everyone will vote as. I just feel I'm a little bit worried about that because in every democracy, there's going to be inequalities and range. So, for me, let's remember it. Pinoy became president in this diverse country. Lenny became vice president in this diverse country. We had good presidents like Ramos. So, for me, I just don't like this idea na ito lang mga Pinoy na okay na mag-vote kunyari, tapos ito hindi. Like, I'm a bit, and for me actually, so what kung may range tayo? Because for instance, there's a lot of data that shows a lot of DDS supporters are actually ABC.
I agree.
The
Middle
exit
class.
poll in 2016 showed that the higher graduation level, the more prodigong.
Yeah.
You don't believe me? Look at the SWS. So I just have a problem where we're going down this road. Kaya nga, abati ako, I'm not citing na HDI and all.
Sige.
Not only because
Pangit din siguro pag
pag
sa atin nanggagaling.
Yeah, pangit
Kasi
talaga, yeah.
we
Let
belong
them
to
say
to a camp and we would
Oh, doon kayo sa
defend.
green area or whatever.
And
whatever
ang
yeah.
daming factors yung gera and yung ano.
Exact. The gera is a very big factor, yeah.
So, yun lang. Kaya nga, napag-usapan din natin kanina. And tama yung sinabi ni Richard kasi you have college graduates. Kumbaga yung
Hindi ito usapan ng
May-
IQ
usapan-
education.
usapan ng
sige.
ano.
I don't
Sige,
agree
sige.
with that.
Listen, do you believe the person that put out the map did it for political reasons?
Check the tweets below. There's like
No, below. These are the people that commented on it. I'm talking about the person that put out the...
okay. I'll say so. As someone who comes from the UP world, as someone who knows very smart people, I think we have to get over this idea na we know what's best for the country automatically just because we come from the top schools or whatever.
I'm not saying that. All I'm saying
No,
is...
you're not saying that. But my fear is there's that kind of presupposition.
Okay,
na
okay.
kami scholar ng bayan, kami ang kunyari matalino, kami ang kunyari ganyan. Therefore, kami ang talagang alam namin anong maganda para sa...
okay.
That's elitism.
Yes, okay.
Even
sige.
if matalino at mabait itong mga tao to, I never question their intention. I'm just saying we have to be Democrats
Yes.
before anything else.
I like how you're phrasing it. What I'm saying lang is this, simple lang. There was lumabas na tong mapa na to with the educational attainments depending on your geography. This information came out because somebody was trying to just say, take a look at this, baka may magawa tayo sa informasyon na to.
Yeah.
I looked at that information in this manner. Hindi for political alliances or how people vote. Not that. I'm saying lang, nakikita mo yung inequality na nangyayari sa ating bansa when it comes to education na hindi nabibigyan ng prioridad ang ating mga kababayan sa Mindanao. At bakit hindi? Meron tayong isang naging education secretary na taga Mindanao na hindi pa rin na-prioritize ang Mindanao. Dahil nakikita mo na ang problema natin sa gobyerno natin...
Wala siyang na-prioritize at all.
Wala talaga. Hindi nga niya prioritize ang
Wala siyang
education
ginawa at all.
Ang prioritize is
Period.
militarization of the education system.
Yeah.
Ang point ko is this kind of information, you can't say na it's being politicized. People can take the information and do whatever they want with it But we still need to see the information. Hindi naman tayo pwede magbulag-bulagan. Huwag natin ito tignan.
Kasi
No.
ang problema kasi Chris, kapag tayo
You
yung
have that, right? Yeah, that's the map,
Ito
yeah.
yung mapa. Kapag tayo yung nag-analyze nitong sa
It
mapa.
comes off wrong, yeah.
Tapos
Kaya ako, I'm very careful
just,
na
we just finished an episode talking about the impeachment of Sara Duterte and how Sara Duterte is the front runner. Baka baka maisip in a different way. Pero kung pag-uusapan yung mapa, for example, si Senator Bam Aquino in crafting his strategy para doon sa education and yung classroom building and yung ano. So that's a different context. Yun yung tamang paggamit doon sa mapa. So yun lang yung worry din siguro ni Richard. At
Na?
yung worry ko din na
It will be weaponized. No, of course, you have a good impression. I mean, kudos to Dr. Lechon, di ba? Sabi na, it is a testament to the deep divides which shape. So let's explore. Let's,
exactly.
Mas mabigat nga sa like summer late
No, actually, even in Mindanao, it's very diverse. It's also very diverse.
But it's more, but
Mindanao is
you
also very
face it,
diverse.
it's more orange than it is green. That's
And
the
more
point.
green. But yun nga, tama siya. Wala naman tayong gera, wala naman tayong...
Ako, ang sinasabi ko lang ganito yan. The information's there. You can do whatever you want with that information. Anyone can weaponize information now. Right? We're not weaponizing it. Meron ba sa atin nagsabi na kaya ang mga Mindanao bumoto ng ganito dahil sa educational
Meron
attainment?
kasi may mga...
May mga gagawin.
Meron, bro.
Meron.
Meron.
Ang sinasabi ko meron.
So we have to call it
I'm not
out.
saying na tayo. We're not doing that. But what we're saying is this sa akin and tama kayo dito Totoo naman I know people that are very educated, mga entrepreneurs, they have
MAGA,
businesses
Trump,
na sobrang DDS at sobrang
problema
MAGA.
kasi Chris, kapag even if we don't talk about it, i-clip natin tong part na to, yung magko-comment yun ang sasabihin ka agad
That's
So,
up to them. But that's up to them. What I'm saying is, let people speak their mind on how they want to see the information given. Ang sinasabi ko lang is yung ganyang klaseng informasyon is necessary, needed, and talked about. Kasi nga, may problem. Tignan mo yan. That's a problem.
You're talking about the guy who got into trouble for talking about human development index, which is even a more expanded version of this, right? Ang akin lang, what I learned from my own
Is let's not talk
No,
about
because
it.
I have progressive Mindanao friends like Richard. Sana naman, kasi parang offensive ang dating kung hindi mo na-qualify. Sabi niya, tama yung sinabi, if you only have 20 seconds, wag mo na lang i-mention kasi hindi mo ma-qualify. For me, ganito, kung may bosses ka, mag-platform ka, right? and you get the data out, it doesn't hurt to put disclaimers na, guys, ano to instructional to, this is to guide policies. Sana naman, wag natin gamitin for... Ako, maybe that's me. But you're right. The information, bahala kayo. Pero for me, my advice to my younger colleagues from UP, whatever, is that if you're gonna put the data as important as this, maybe encourage people to use it constructively. Parang ano lang, hindi naman babala, pero more like, call to action, moral high ground, whatever.
Right.
Kasi we live unfortunately in a society na ang daming prejudice, ang daming divides, ang daming political divides, which is what I want to talk about next, which is, if you look at the political map right now, there is some geographic divide. You can see that the Sara Duterte base, again, this is just facts, right? We're not is stronger in certain parts of the country or not. Having said that, so we have a couple of surveys. We combined. So I combined yung publicly available and some of the private ones we saw, and then we projected the data. So actually, if you look at it, it's basically now a three-way race, right? It's a three-way race now. So orange is Raffy Tulfo, pink is Lenny or a pink candidate, and then green is Sara. So si Sara goes between 30 to 40. So malakas pa rin. But she went as high as 45 nung time niya.
48.
Or for presidential balls? Well, let's average it. May 3 to 5%. So 45 or something, yung time na si Digong, yung time na dami na. But my point is that when things were emotionally high, sympathy factor for Digong, Sara went very high, almost to 45, 50 or whatever. But now we're generally seeing our numbers are between 30 to 40 basically, right? Lenny, from single digits, she's around 20. In a three-way race, Tulfo will be number 2. One I saw is like mid-30s, Tulfo is mid-20s, Lenny is not far behind. But the interesting thing is that if it's head-to-head, Lenny or a pink candidate, and Sara, and if Tulfo does not run and endorses one side, particularly if endorses the Lenny side, then it becomes very competitive. Even I heard one version says single-digit na lang difference. There's another version I saw na if Raffy does not run or Tulfo doesn't run, but doesn't endorse Lenny, or if anything, even signals open, then lulubo yung kay Sara. You're talking about 50% and almost tapos ng laban, right? So that just tells you, yun yung nag-emerge na alignment and all. So, I don't know, Mark, because you meet more people, but, I mean, if you're BBM, who's your candidate? Vince? Remulla? Who's your candidate na? Parang walang clear candidate si BBM.
Oh, wala eh. Parang wala kang itatakbo. Do you do, ang tanong lang dito is parang ano eh, do you may ilalabas ka bang candidate just for the sake na may ilabas na candidate? Kasi si Digong before, wala namang inendorso. Wala naman siyang direct. Or you just let it, hayaan mo na lang kung sino yung tapos baka you have senators, ikampanya mo na lang senators mo, or meron pa ring mga rumors and nandun pa rin siya sa mga survey na baka tumakbo siyang vice president. Baka wala silang ulo, wala silang president pero tumakbo siya as vice, tapos meron siyang mga senador, and yun ang they will run with that. So I think yun yung mga options ni ano.
Is Tulfo the de facto candidate?
I don't think Tulfo's gonna run eh.
Raffy.
I don't think nga Raffy's gonna run eh. Right now, sobrang tahimik nga ni Raffy Tulfo. Nakakalimutan ko nga senador siya ngayon eh. You don't see him.
Well, if you follow his TikTok, marami siyang mga good.
Sa TikTok, lumalabas.
Yung mga hearings niya, yung binabanatan.
Okay.
TikTok talaga siya malakas.
Pero yung mga ibang may init na issues nga, you don't about the Duterte and the Marcos.
Maano siya eh, umaatras siya doon sa mga ganung issues eh. Which I mean, again, I don't know if that makes him a good senator or a presidential candidate or not, but for me kasi naghahanap ako ng mas palaban right now.
Risa, right?
Risa's palaban. Yeah, Risa is very palaban.
Risa said she's willing to run for the Risa is very clear about her position.
Yes.
So I think next to Sara, I think it's only Risa who has clarified that she's open to run for presidency, right?
No, John Vic Remulla has said he will run.
You're right. He said he's kind of
pero they
open
all
to-
said one thing, isa lang ang tatakbo.
Yun nga.
The funny thing is, look at it. From the pink side and the admin side, they both said the same thing. Isa lang ang dapat tatakbo. Yun na yun eh. So it's very clear to everyone ano ba yung game plan dito. With the Duterte side, it's very clear anong game plan nila. Sara Duterte right now is trying to pretend like she's the president, acting The operative word is acting like she's a president. Para pinaparamdam na niya, ito ang magiging ganito ako magiging pag maging presidente ako. Pambihira kung yun
to
eh.
soften her image ngayon eh.
Yun pa, softening the image.
Puro grade school yung iniikutan. Puro,
Yep.
Wait. So, ginagawa niya yung trabaho na hindi niya ginawa ng defense secretary siya. It's like,
Ginagawa, hindi man lang trabaho eh, namamasyal talaga siya. At
Vlogger. She's a
oh,
vlogger.
she's a travel vlogger.
Okay.
She's one of the best travel vloggers nga right
ang
now
dami
eh.
niyang bansa napuntan, talo pa ako, di ba? Mark, ilang bang bansa napuntan ni Sarah?
Marami.
May Australia, may Europe, may ano.
Oh, she's all over the place. Nag-Thailand pa siya, sandali, nag-shopping pa doon.
Which makes you wonder, like, when people say, ito yung satisfaction approval rating kay Sarah, anong banda? Like, what is her job?
Alam mo,
Anong
Richard,
trabaho niya?
pag
Sorry.
pinag-uusapan natin kasi surveys,
Yeah, yun
you're
nga.
talking about the public sentiment.
Yun
And
nga.
I'll tell you right now that the problem with public sentiment,
Which walang kinalaman sa college or hindi college.
Walang
That's my
kinalaman.
point. I know college
Wala.
PhD people who say ek stuff.
wala. It's just this. For me, I've never been one to follow what the mob says or the majority says because the majority sentiment is not always
Reliable.
correct or reliable of a compass, a moral
Yeah,
compass.
moral, 100%.
Huwag mong titignan ng mob rule is the worst type of rule.
Pero yung trust rating ni VP Sara, kung i-breakdown naman per area, Vismin lang din naman talaga siya.
Yeah, almost
Easy
100%
pa
siya dun eh.
Oo,
So that
Tapos kalahati
pushes up her
ng
average.
Which is yun nga, ang hate is not so much
Class or
educational
education.
attainment.
That's my point
It's more
din eh,
on
yeah.
it's more on yung dialect eh. It's more on tawag dito?
Identity.
Oh, identity.
It's
eh.
identity.
Parang
So,
it's the same concept as the loyalista ni
Yeah,
Marcos
it's
na
a solid
Ilocano.
north.
Yeah.
solid
Basta
south.
Ilocano and that's yun yung na ano
But
nilang-
it's not final, right? That's our point. Marami pa rin sa ating mga kaubayan who just felt walang mga ibang kandidato from the rest of the country na parang nag-engage sa kanila, make them feel heard, respectful yung mutual engage. Kaya
Yeah.
ang suggestion ko is, yung style ni Ma'am Dani, di ba he spoke in 5 languages. He had Spanish, Urdu, Arabic, so he practiced it to at least say one paragraph properly. Na I'm gonna be your mayor. Mayor of all Latinos. Mayor of all Muslims. Mayor of all, so for me, of course, everyone comes from a place at, wag naman yung plastikan na you don't pretend to be from somewhere else, but at least engage them. Kaya yung malit natin effort, di ba? We want to do our own Vismin also like.
Yeah.
So my suggestion is to all other candidates to try to engage yung mga kababayan natin from different parts of the country without assuming na, ano na yan, forever, ganito na yan. Because a lot of them, maybe, they just felt no one really was representing them.
Right.
No
Babaran
one was
nila.
listening them. Yeah.
Oh, hindi nila binababaran eh. They'll go there for one visit, hi, hello. They try na babaran doon ng konti.
Alam mo,
Maybe
interest-
get a pulse ng what's
Yeah.
happening there, anong kailangan.
Tama ka.
Anong,
Bakit kaya yung
Immersion.
2025, yung senatorial slate ni Marcos ay hindi pumunta sa Mindanao? According to Toby Tiangco, sinabi niya, wala na. Lost cause yan.
That's my point. Mali. That's exactly the mistake.
Was it a mistake or was it intentional? Kasi alam naman ng lahat ng politiko that all you have to do to get the vote,
show up?
Yeah.
shake the hand. Kahit naggalit nga sa yung tao,
Yeah.
Kunwari,
Magsa-soften.
Oo, kunwari, sabihin natin, hindi kita kilala, dito ako magboboto Tapos ikaw yung dumating, tapos itong sinusuportahan ko, hindi dumating, ikaw yung nakipagkamayan sa akin, you get the vote.
Matters.
It matters a lot.
Yeah.
Alam mo yung makamayan lang kita,
Yeah.
makapag-picture lang ako with you.
Makita nila tao, mabait ka tao. And of course, and there's also command negotiations. You go on the ground, you meet
Yeah,
the regional leaders.
dami niyan eh. Kaya,
But if you just give up and say, wag na tayo dyan kasi wala may, talo ka talaga.
kaya tingin ko talaga kay Toby Tiangco talaga, Trojan horse talaga yan eh.
Whatever he is, I have no idea why media was interviewing him all this year. I mean, obvious naman talaga where he stands in terms of things. Did he ever criticize Sara Duterte? Did he ever criticize? Anyway, going back to this, so for me, actually, so we made another electoral map that shows huge parts of Visayas, etc. Actually, parang kumaga may swing state, may parang ganun. Kung may swing state sa
swing
US,
state natin.
may ganun din tayo
Anong
eh.
swing state?
Cebu. Cebu ba?
Cebu would be actually more like Florida. Na you can say it's more on the other side, parang purple red. But you can
can
turn,
flip it.
yeah,
Am I
or
right?
not flip it. Maybe get 30% or 40%.
Okay.
Pero
More than kurot.
Mali ba yung assessment ko na if we don't win Cebu, you cannot win the election.
No. Remember, Sara maybe let's say 70 sa this area. But the other question is, if Sara say has support from Amy Marcos, can she get more from the north of the country? May ganun eh. Everyone is on the offensive and defensive. Kasi every side may soft voters eh. May mga Tulfo voters na mas bukas kay, I don't know, Duterte brand kaysa Pink brand. So, you have to work that. May mga Pink voters na baka okay kay Lenny, pero if it's not Lenny, medyo hindi na ako boboto. Or but one thing that we notice in all the surveys is yung undecided, yung non-affiliated, which was the biggest block, 40%, now is down to around 20-25 na lang. So more and more sa ating kababayan, as we get closer to the elections, ay medyo pumipili na sila. So ang ilaban din dito is that 20-25% na undecided. Because that could also close the deal.
Yes.
And that one also, ano yan, hindi yan monolithic. So, caution ko lang doon sa ibang kaibigan natin, si Kiko number 5, si Bam number 2. So, youth is with us. It's not backed by the data. The data shows also it's a many shades of gray. So, in short, trabaho to, engagement to, and maybe start as early as now. Huwag mo na hintayin sa 2027. So, do you see where I'm coming from? Kaya nga yung education thing, I feel like, baka it might give us some false ideas.
So,
and it's not like you can make people suddenly all college graduate overnight, assuming even, although I disagree with it. But you see where I'm coming from. Work it, engage people. You never know. And last point, sorry, on this. So Risa, we released also some surveys of Risa. Why was Risa the only Pink candidate who won in 2022? And why did she also make it in 2016? Apparently, Risa, she found yung mga version ni Lovely in different regions. And sila yung naging surrogate niya. So, what we don't know here in Metro Manila is Risa had a lot of commercials in different areas of the country in the local language. Vernacular. Yung mamdanification na tinatawag. The vernacular, she did it and very successful. I see no one discussing that. Lumitaw lang yan when I talk to some of the Risa people. And I think Ronald slightly talked about it. But it's very underappreciated. Imagine if Lenny or Bam or Risa, whoever, go to different regions, speak in different languages, engage people. You never know, brother. In the same way, I can imagine Sara going to North with Amy. She might get some good votes in some part. You get what I'm saying? Work it.
Sara did go north.
Sara did go north,
And then, di ba kinlim na nga niya na adopted na daw siya by, anong city ba yun? O may nag-adopt na daw. Pero ngayon...
And then si Kitty, Singson nata yung ano niya, di ba?
Chavit is...
They're already, so they're already making a move in the north.
So Ilocos in particular, di ba?
Yeah, Ilocos Sur especially, I would say.
What are we doing doon sa area nila?
What are the other candidates?
Ito, pag-usapan na din natin, di ba? We were bashed online. Kasi...
We were.
Oo nga pala.
We were bashed?
I'm shocked. I'm shocked we're bashed.
Kasi yung issue, sinasabi nila, kasi daw, pinag-uusapan natin kung paano i-win over yung mga soft, they said I said soft Duterte supporters not soft DDS kasi diehard na nga yun the soft Duterte soft Duterte supporters sa Bismin. So parang pinagtatawan tayo bakit natin pinag-uusapan. That's the whole point ng campaigning. That's the whole point of trying to win over people. Kaya nga tayo may election kaya nga we have a campaign period. So you try to win over people to your side. Diba? So yun
baka threaten sila sa analysis na.
Hey, sa akin that's a good thing.
That's a good
The
sign.
fact na pinopost ng mga DDS na sinasabi sinusubukan nila kumbinsihin yung mga soft Duterte supporters. We're breaking through the echo chamber. They're now entering their echo chamber. Perfect.
They're threatened. Thanks to Lovely. I mean, I think your interview with Lovely was really the beginning of this. I was talking about it for a long time, but I feeling ko parang no one is seeing where I'm coming from. And then now, especially with Lovely giving us advice and all of that stuff, we see this is what I'm talking. And then I think hopefully one day we can sit down with Risa or her team, campaign team. Actually, see Percy.
Percy Sendanya.
She didn't Percy did not handle yung latest, but familiar siya kasi he was a campaign manager in the earlier ones. I think we can talk to some people who actually have a successful template of a nationally elected leader.
As a matter of fact, Akbayan is very successful kasi look at the party list. Number one, dami nila sobrang nakuhang votes. That they have, ilan sila? Tatlong
seat.
They have 3 seats.
Yeah.
And then, yun na nga, Risa, Akbayan, also, made
Senate.
it a senator
Yeah.
several times in a row, even during the time of Duterte, di ba?
Both 2016, 22, both
I
Duterte.
think if Senator Risa, kunyari hindi pa siya gagraduate, if she ran for senator kunyari sa 2028, she would rank 1, 2, or
Yeah,
3, I
she
think.
could do very well,
She
yeah.
would rank very high. Ang tanong, ang challenge is na makita siya ng tao more than just a senator. Kasi baka yun
Yeah.
ang tingin sa kanya ngayon
ano-
She's a good senator, pero hindi ko pa siya makita
As president.
sige.
as president Yun ang kailangang mabago pa yung
What
pananaw
do you
ng ibang
think,
tao.
or kayo mismo, anong gusto nyo makita sa isang presidente or sa isang presidentiable? Ayan, like if you were to try to mold this presidentiable that you think is winnable,
Yeah.
how does that look for
Ako
you?
bro, I think it's not that they don't see her as presidential, it's that they have someone else in mind. So I think a lot of mga kaibigan natin in the pink world, Lenny talaga sila eh. Like they want Lenny.
Pero ang konti kasi nung siya yung first choice. Yun ang bakit ang konti pa sa ngayon.
Kaya nga, sabi ko, if you put head-to-head, like Risa versus Sara, I think it could be also competitive. Because if Lenny doesn't run, alam nga naman yung pink poboto kay Tulfo or ano.
Well,
They will
Sara,
vote-
yeah,
exactly.
they're gonna vote for Sara.
Most likely they also vote for Risa. And if Risa can work with admin in some capacity, she'll also get a huge part of that vote. And then, as I said, she's good in vernacular campaigning. She will also get... So actually, I think if someone does a proper head-to-head, Risa is competitive. Except, you're very right. When you put Lenny, Risa, Bam, everyone there, then Risa comes low. Because she's not the first choice of the Pinks. But she will be their second or third choice. But she'll be their de facto choice if Lenny doesn't run. So I think a big part of it is ang dami gusto invested kay Lenny. Parang point nila, the 2022, I don't know, nightmare could be corrected.
Yeah.
Kasi yun yung pinakamasayang story if you're Pink and a Lenny. Parang all the stars are aligning for Lenny to
Yes.
finally be our president. Na-discredit lahat, mga ganun. This is really for Lenny. And I think, and it's not like Mayor Lenny said she's not going
She
to run.
didn't- she
I
didn't
think,
say-
if anything, she's like indicating there could be openness, but you have to wait for me to make the decision
Yeah.
on my terms. Wag
Yeah.
niyo akong kulitin. And I respect her prerogative, but I also respect the realities of elections. At some point, we have to decide. But again, this is where I come in and dami nag-bash sa akin. I said Bam could also be an ideal option because, of course, I criticized Bam na feeling ko he was not strong enough on ICC, to put it mildly, strong enough. But the thing with Bam is also you can see magaling siya coalition building. Like he can build a wide range. Because if Lenny doesn't run and Rizal doesn't run, Bam I think will get it because siya pa nga yung gumawa ng campaign ni Lenny. And then Bam is also strong among, I would say, some soft DDS who made him number
Yes,
2.
yes.
Clearly.
Yes.
So, a lot of people na mala Duterte, okay rin kay Bam. Kasi feeling nila si Bam balance at least compared to Risa or whatever. And at the same time, I think if Bam can work with admin in some capacity, although I don't see an Aquino Marcos all in together,
Right. Oh, wow. That would
then Bam
be-
is very competitive. And
Yeah.
not to mention, Bam is an analyst himself. He's a very smart guy. He did analytics. He constantly does analytics. So feeling ko lang, actually Pinks have many good choices. And that's why parang hindi naman nasasapawan, hindi na-appreciate na Riza could be also very competitive. Precisely because you have Bam who did very well number 2, work with Lenny. I think if you're Lenny, if you don't run, maybe you're more comfortable with Bam kasi mas malapit sa'yo siya
Yeah.
yung campaign manager. But that's what I see, hindi na-appreciate. But in theory, Riza could be also very in a head-to-head. But the problem with the public surveys is chop suey, yung term ni
Yes.
Sentry eh. Chop suey eh. You put 20 people there, first preferences lang magiging mataas. But it doesn't capture the realignments.
Alam mo, yun ang problem ko sa mga surveys. Kasi nga...
Publicly available, ha?
Yeah.
Yung sinasabi kong iba, private yan. Ang problema, hindi sinilabas yan.
Tignan mo yung, for example, for our friends from WR,
Numero, yeah.
Numero. Tapos lumabas, nakita ko yung senatorial survey nila.
Yun din, oh.
Tapos, putya mali pa yung spelling ng isang pangalan.
Si Edwin.
Erwin.
Si Erwin Lasierdo.
So how does a survey become credible when you get the freaking name of the people wrong? Tapos parang for me, ang weird lang na ang dami nilagay ng mga pangalan, so may mga parang hindi ko alam kung totoo ba, may mga 5% na automatic 5% nakuha itong mga pangalan na. I was like, what's this? I
Baka
mean,
within margin of error na yan, 3 to 5%.
yun na nga eh. So
yeah.
parang nilagay na lang
Si
nila
Ronald,
yung-
1% na, hindi na siya 0.6.
O, tignan
Ronald
mo,
is
eh.
1%. He gained 0.4%.
Pero he's not even considering running
No, I'm
eh.
just kidding. Yeah, of course.
Pero
yeah.
di ba, like, what kind of survey is that where...
So I had Robin, the head of Doppler Numero yesterday, ang explanation na is, meron daw silang board ng mga experts na they come up with just a long list of everyone. Parang pati si Joy Belmonte nandiyan sa presidential. So parang their idea is that there should be one long list na anyone who wants to run or could be presidential could be there. But they have kasi short list na hindi nila release yung head-to-head. I don't know if they have one-on-one, but I saw the three-way nila. Right? Which is not too far from others. So my problem is, siguro trabaho natin and also in the media, and I belong into both worlds, podcast, media, to explain to people, ito yung chops to Sever.
Yeah.
In the real world, hindi mag 12 ang tatakbo. Baka 3 lang, 4 lang at most, di ba? So, baka misleading ito. And I think trabaho natin as analysts, as journalists, to qualify that. But nevertheless, tama rin si Sentry, it creates this effect Ay, wala na pag-asa, 1% lang pala to, 2% lang to. So, that's where my frustration comes. How do I... Kaya kailangan talaga natin ng proficiency in survey, reading, mga data, interpretation, whatever.
Ako naman doon sa tanong mo, yung candidate na paano mo tanong parang ano yung
Winnable. Winnable candidate. What does that look like?
Can build the widest coalition.
Sa ngayon naman, hanggang ngayon naman, although pakiramdam natin hindi siya tatakbo, tingin ko si Raffy Tulfo pa rin has the best chance against Sara
Interesting.
Yung pag hindi siya tumakbo, yung boto na mapupunta kay Sara are the people na gusto nung kamay na bakal.
Yes.
Yun ang worry ko na
Tough man, yeah.
O kung paano makukuha yung mga botante na yon over to our camp kung hindi si Raffy Tulfo yung tatakbo, at kung ang tatakbo is maybe Lenny or si Bam, na hindi ganun yung style, di ba, na parang quick justice and so yun yung isang nakikita ko. Pero I think may opportunities sa dalawang issue na magpakitang gilas, maybe to get yung attention ng mga tao. And one is yung sa flood control pa rin, to maybe go after talaga yung mga contractors o yung mga mas, and the other one is dito sa oil crisis ngayon If someone could show leadership, could come up with really good ideas.
OFW, di ba? Hawak ni Raffy Tulfo sa Senate yung OFW. I think he wanted to visit, like go to Strait of Hormuz, whatever goal. May ganun siya you don't see kasi wala sa algorithm mo pero sa TikTok ko, nakikita ko siya. He's very active.
Raffy Tulfo is very good din with OFWs.
And labor issues.
From the days pa lang ng
in fairness to him.
From the
Consistent
labor
siya.
and OFWs. Kasi yun ang niya
advocacy niya.
Yun yung tumutugon, yun yung nagrereklamo sa kanya
Correct.
Mga OFW na kinawawa nung mga
amo nila,
yung mga
employers,
employers nila, yung mga laborers na hindi napapasahod ng maayos, walang mga benefits. So, marami siyang natulungan on that end. So, yun yung strength niya talaga.
So, I want to ask you, sorry. So, what if we're doing it the wrong way? What if the more, and Okta, I had Ranjit, actually looks at it the other way? Raffy will be the presidential ball, and the VP will be Risa. Parang the idea is, if Lenny doesn't run, looks like Raffy will have the momentum suddenly. And if Lenny endorses Raffy, then he's suddenly in the 40-50%. Then, ang usapan, kasi bata pa naman si Bam, pwede mag-VP, or si Riza, baka better VP. In fact, the analysis, according to Okta, at least, they didn't release the full data, but actually, very strong daw yung R&R, yung Raffy and Riza. Because they balance. Kasi tingnan mo, Riza, matapang na babae, progressive, then Raffy, yung macho na lalaki. Actually, ang ganda daw yung matchup ni Riza and Raffy. So you're absolutely right. What if you're getting this the other way? Maybe actually the most competitive coalition would be Raffy as the presidential, or I don't know, Erwin Kisabato. But and then it's if Lenny doesn't run, suspicion ko the momentum will be the other way. If Lenny doesn't run, Raffy would be very competitive. He could probably get more pinks, right, than Sara, absolutely, right? I mean, yeah. Can you see the pinks voting Sara than Raffy?
No.
Hindi.
Unless your name is Guanzon.
Oh, well, Gucci comes in different colors nowadays. Do you see, like, maybe we're getting it wrong. Maybe actually, Raffy is the more competitive, di ba? And then the VP will come from the...
Depende magiging momentum niya this year.
Kaya
yun ang magandang
I think this
din.
labor issue, But the fact that you're not seeing Raffy on your algorithm and all also says something like that. Na baka Raffy is not reaching out beyond a certain base
Yes.
Na gusto yung matapang na ganon. But maybe Rafi has to reach out more to the progressive sides or the people like you know, like people who liberal, democratic, progressive, ganon. So,
Maybe he should start magpa-interview na. Hindi siya
yeah, I did an interview with him
man.
last year, di ba? Very strong on West Philippine Sea. Gusto nga niya na ma-nationalize natin yung national grid natin na kinuha ng China. So, he says the right things. Actually, Rafi, and then when he went after Cynthia Villar and all, di ba?
Oh, yeah.
Actually, Rafi is not too hard to sell. Given that
Yes.
maraming pink ay okay na kay BBM, di ba? Parang, let's be honest, the ball has moved. I mean, gumalaw na yung baso.
Oh.
And, I think a lot of pinks, their number priorities, hindi makabalik ang mga Dutertes. And the Rafi Tulfo will not be the worst. So, you're right. Maybe we're not giving the Rafi pink option, the reverse one.
And by the way, dadagdag ko lang not just the pinks ang ayaw makita bumalik ang mga Duterte. Lahat ng
loyalist.
ayaw sa Duterte, ayaw makita makabalik ang Duterte. Meron nang lumalabas na movement ngayon called the ABS, Anyone But Sara.
Yeah.
Ngayon pa lang.
Abs, yeah.
Oo, yun. So, talagang, I think alam naman ng lahat ng tao. Even, I like what John Magno said, na kung boboto mo si Sara Duterte dahil gusto lang niyong gumante, hindi presidente binoboto nyo vigilante. And that's the problem.
Wait. Who?
Jam
Exactly.
Which tells you, gumalaw na talaga yung baso.
Jam Magno.
Yeah.
Exactly. As a matter of fact, I don't know where
Wait,
she is.
what?
I would like to talk to Jam Magno
Yeah.
because siya nagsabi
Makulit din yan.
which is true, na yung mga sumusupport
Jam Magno
kay
is from
Duterte,
Mindanao.
yung mga sumusupport kay Duterte are saying,
She knows it better than us.
gusto lang namin makabalik si Sara para gumante sa mga pagkakamali na ginawa sa pamilya Duterte. Screw the Philippines sa mata nila. Basta lang makaganti ang mga Duterte sa kasalanan sa kanila. Pambihira naman yung mga taong ganun.
Marami talaga.
Anong klaseng pag-iisip yun? Hindi ka na nag-iisip ng tama kung iniisip mo mga Duterte, hindi ang Pilipinas. Na ang boto mo para lang sa mga Duterte, hindi
So
para sa
Lovely and
Pilipinas.
Jam, like, may coalition ng mga podcasters. Na
Pero Jam is diehard niya, dating DDS
DDS
yan.
yan, yeah.
Pero
She still has good words to say about Digong.
Digong, yeah.
But not Sarah.
Not
So,
Sarah.
ganun din may Digong but not Sarah.
Yun.
Pati si Banat Bay, di ba may pagkaganon?
No.
No, banat ba interviewed Sara Duterte? Ano ka ba?
No. Kasi
So nag-evolve.
Oo.
Di, dati hindi. Isko siya, di ba?
Hindi, after...
Isko siya, hindi siya Sarah.
Hindi, after Hindi, Isko Sara siya.
Kasi
Hindi, noon 2022.
Exactly,
Baka
Pero kasi after
nag-evolve.
Digong got flown to
Wala na yung idol.
everyone flocked to Sara
You're
for
right.
revenge.
Nag-rally around the flag na. Pero before that, di ba, Digong siya but not necessarily Sarah.
Bongo
Bongo or
Pero
or
meron
mas
pa rin
cocky
yung
na ganun.
meron pa rin yung faction na yon.
yung Bongo faction,
Oh,
of course.
so that faction is alive and kicking and very
Very strong,
strong.
yeah.
Kaya nga nag-aaway, pag tinignan mo, nag-aaway sila publicly, yung mga trolls ni Tatay Digong at yung mga trolls si Sara, nag-aaway yung mga yun.
But I
I
can
read
see that
somewhere na
faction going to Tulfo more than Lenny, right?
yeah, well,
Sino?
That faction can go more to Tulfo than Lenny if they...
no, not necessarily.
Yung faction, anong faction?
Faction nila Bongo, I mean like people who support Bongo, whatever, but
The
not
Tulfo
necessarily-
or Sara?
Mas malapit.
Mas matulfo
Mas
sila.
malapit kay Tulfo.
If
kaysa-
Bongo
Sure.
doesn't run.
Oo.
That's what I'm saying. Because I don't see Bongo running against Sara. But I can see some of the people who rather want him rather than Sara going for Tulfo.
I'm hearing rumors.
I don't know, I'm just saying.
Ako na some on the DDS camp, they're starting to go after Bongo na
Yeah,
May ganung-
ngayon pa lang yan.
Oo, may ganung may ganung
Parang plano na, no? Oo.
usap-usapan So,
So Bongo will run if Sara doesn't run? Parang ganun? Yun yung calculation?
wala pa.
Let's
wala
say
pa.
itong impeachment really goes all the way. If not conviction, talagang na-expose lahat.
Parang hindi din prefer ni Sara na si Bongo yung magpapalit.
They're not, no, I don't think
Baste is the next choice.
So you're both
Tapos
correct in a
Robin
sense
Padilla
that
yung-
when Digong nagkaroon ng rallying around the flag, but that's not gonna be forever. There's still gonna be
Right.
the fault lines. That's your point, right? So you're both correct. Yung timing lang. But last question on this issue, like always I'm asked, what if something happens, God forbid, because I want justice, right? I want the court to Digong. If it's malapit sa elections or whatever, do you think it will have the same bump effect as?
Yes.
Sympathy
if,
vote?
If
I would
Because
na,
he's
I would,
quite advanced
yeah.
age. I mean, again, I may disagree with him, but I want, him to, live as long
A
as
long
he
life.
can. Yeah.
Ako sa akin, if anything does happen to him, I would like to believe na may pagka-optimist ako in that sense, na
Yeah.
naniniwala ako na hindi na siguro naman
Wala na yung sympathy factor.
Oo,
Hindi na
sana
parang
naman.
dati.
Oo, hindi tulad na dati.
Pwede rin, yeah. I think.
But having said that, I mean, anything can happen.
Anything
I mean,
can happen.
Wow, we have seen so many crazy things happen in
Yeah.
this world na hindi ko akalain na ganun pala ang mag-isip ang karamihan sa atin. I'm shocked and
Mga MAGA friends natin.
Oo, and
Kasi it happened na before with
Yes.
Pinoy eh. Kaya,
Yeah, exactly.
may ganung ano eh.
Sympathy factor.
Oo.
Pero yun nga, like, the debate now is, will it be the same sympathy factor as March last year? Kasi nung fresh pa, you could see talagang 70% approval yata si Digong. I don't know why Paul Station even made that survey, but like, that was, kaya nga I jokingly said, sabay nilang si Teves at Kibuloy, di ba? I mean,
Right.
I think some people were not happy when I did it. But I'm glad wala nang ganyan service. But you could see last year, kasi shock yun di ba? Ex-president natin, dinala na talaga. But baka hindi na shock factor a year from now and all. Especially people are not hearing about the president, I don't know. I really don't know. Because this year I was also at The Hague. It's not the same as last year talagang emotions were high. Ganun.
Yes.
Last year I was a bit worried, to be honest. Baka kung ano mangyari. I mean, I hug yung mga Duterte supporters who were angry at me, whatever. But this year actually more relaxed yung climate. Maybe
okay.
nagkaroon ng acceptance,
yung time
face.
yung time,
Oo.
syempre.
So
Lumalamig
maybe,
lahat.
kasi yung sympathy factor, fresh nun I don't know if it's gonna be the same 2028. Which is where your cautious optimism
Yeah,
comes in.
cautious optimism. And for me, that's why it's important we keep talking about the issues, focusing on the issues rather than the personalities.
Yeah.
At huwag tayong magpapadala sa ating emosyon at the end of the day.
Maganda we vote by yung competence nung kandidato eh. Not,
Yeah, I mean-
not with our pride, not with our what is best for the country, who could lead our country pag may crisis na ganito, pag
Yeah.
merong future crisis, yung economy natin, yung economic policy natin, who could
Right.
handle it best. So yun ang kailangan maano pa rin maisip pa rin
Yeah.
ng karamihan na they should vote according sa competence ng mga tumatakbo.
You know, as much as, yes, that is how we are supposed to vote. And what the irony is I believe majority natin mga kababayan think they vote that way. But the
Yeah, in
reality
their
is,
calculation,
in their
yeah.
calculation, I'm voting because matino to, magaling to. Pero in reality, majority kasi vote based on emotion, based on pride, based on
Tatay.
loyalty, based on last name.
Yeah.
Di ba? And then they justify that decision with all this. Dahil Duterte pangalan niya, ibig sabihin, matino siya, mabait siya, hindi siya corrupt, yari, gano'n. Pero in reality, sandali lang. Tignan mo muna itong mga qualifications, saka mo ilagay yung pangalan. Hindi baliktad na. Ito yung pangalan, and then nilalagay mo lahat ng qualifications underneath it. Yun yung kailangan natin i-educate sa mga voters. Na hindi
That's
nila
the
alam.
education I believe in.
Na
Political
mahirap.
education, political literacy.
Yes.
Because you can have a PhD, be an engineer, whatever, pero kung mahina ka sa political literacy, you don't understand how governance works, what is democracy, what is human rights, I'm not surprised you will vote for the wrong side. I mean, kung US na nga na 250 years na yung republic nila, ganyan yung mga voting patterns sila, I think we have to be fair to ourselves, which is still a young democracy. We just transitioned back to a very imperfect democracy just 1986, diba?
I will say this just before we end, is this I also blame kasi the political parties themselves on why Donald Trump won. Because the Democratic Party went so far left na kung ano pinag-aabalahan nila, nakalimutan nila yung core ng isang pagiging liberal, which is workers' rights,
Yeah.
employment, inflation,
Inequalities.
equality,
Yeah.
social services, kung ano-ano nung pinag-aabalahan nila, that even people from the left, ayaw na maging left, na napunta kay Trump.
Or
Yun
hindi
yun eh.
or hindi na bumoto.
O hindi na bumoto. Dahil sabi na, my God, these people on the left, I don't even relate to them anymore. Yun ang sinasabi natin that in the Philippines, kung sino tong kandidatong to, has to be able to connect with the core issues of Filipinos and speak out strongly to fight for those issues. Ano yung mga issue na yun? Corruption, number 1. Pagtaas ng presyo ng bilihin, number 2. Pagprotekta sa interes ng mga Pilipino at ng Pilipinas laban sa kahit na sinong dayuhan. Okay? At pag-i-improve ng lahat ng mga social services at infrastruktura. Kung magawa nila yon, yan ang presidente.
Energy.
Yan ang iboboto ng mga tao.
No, ako, for me, di ba, if only sana yung mga kaibigan natin na iba, nasa Democrats, sana they engage more these podcasters na very accessible. If you saw more of, because Trump did all of them, right? He did
Yes,
all
yung pa,
of the
went to
podcasts.
all of them.
And chill lang siya, di ba?
Yeah.
Breezy, 2
Yeah.
hours there. I mean, just listen to his...
Kamala, di nag-Joe Rogan.
Hindi. Yung kabila, hindi. Yung pinili lang nilang mga very curated. So that goes to my Ma'am Dani thing, right? Patola, go on the ground, talk to everyone,
talk
take
to everyone,
risk,
yeah.
trial error.
Yeah.
I mean, everyone was making fun of Ma'am Dani a year ago. Meron siyang parang freeze rent, tapos tumalon siya sa freezing river. Yung mga ganun. Tapos pinagtawanan siya, cringe,
Pero-
cloud chaser.
Yeah, yeah. But
he was experimenting. And then boom, look at him now.
Okay, so speaking of experiment, sige, go.
Ade, ako naman, like yung buong topic natin today, lahat yan sa akin goes back to 2016, weaponization of social media. Pareho kay Trump, Duterte.
Yes, sabay.
It's the same factor that affected both our countries kung bakit hanggang ngayon we are still facing the consequences of what happened during that year. So, ayun iba lang sitwasyon natin kasi yung sila doon ngayon nagkakalat ngayon si Trump yung sa atin.
Yeah, but that's what I'm saying. And then you had the Ma'am Dani who realized that and they use it in his favor.
Yun.
So you can see the Bernies are also doing the. Like,
Yan.
for me, yes, may problema tayong disinformation, but how do you use the social media to your benefit
Yeah.
while fighting for safe? I mean, I hope there'll be really laws na stricto, and I'm looking forward to my engagement with folks in Brazil, among others. Kasi sila, meron silang Supreme Court. Speaking of Supreme Court, very proactive, fighting against disinformation.
That's really independent.
That's so
Ingat, Richard,
and it's still a very vibrant democracy, strong country, etc. So I'm looking forward to talking to friends from the developing world, hindi lang sa mga first world, whatever, who are actually fighting this. And tingnan mo, nanalo din yung left nila, Lula, whatever. And so my point is, you're absolutely right. There's a serious problem dun sa disinformation,
Okay.
whatever.
Tanong ako,
Pero hindi tayo mag-give up. We will use it against the bad guys also. If you're good, I mean, look at you guys. What were you 5 years ago without social media? Tingnan niyo naman how successful you are.
do we need some form of populism? Kaya bang manalo sa nangyayaring ganun without
Yeah, you can, para sa akin, stylistic populism, yung parang messaging, I think it's the only game in town. Pero yung actual governance mo, no, you can be stylistic. Kaya nga sa...
And then,
govern... Once you're
more
governor, you govern like an adult.
Yeah.
Pero during messaging, yes, you have to be... Kung populism means relatable, accessible, charismatic,
Viral.
it's the only way.
Yeah.
I don't think there's the other way win. Yeah.
Especially when you talk about the democracy, like the
Oo.
way we do our voting, talagang kailangan mo talaga yun. Yun
100%.
lang. Unless nga yung parang pareho sa Canada where your parliamentary system. Iba yun.
Oo.
Pero in our style of democracy, like the US, kailangan mo populist
But
talaga.
even in Canada, di ba? Like Carney used the anti-Trump sentiment
to
put him.
yeah.
So kumbaga nilaro din niya
Kahit pa paano.
So you use the momentum to your favor. I mean, Carney does also social media. Ano yun, very technocrat yun,
Yes.
Oxford man, whatever. Pero pati siya, patola na, nagjo-jogging.
yeah.
So what I'm saying is that you have to be politically entrepreneurial for the good cause.
So-
hindi pwede disente ka lang, mabait ka lang, okay na yan. No,
Right.
you need to be skilled, talented dun sa communication. Yeah.
Okay, so having said that, gusto ko na rin bagitin that for
Balikan
all
natin, yeah.
for all our viewers na nasa Cebu,
Yes.
okay, we want to go to Cebu.
And Iloilo
And
and other
Iloilo and other areas.
Yeah.
Kung
Davao, hello,
Kung may
Davao.
mga eskwelahan na
Yeah.
gustong mag-host and other people in the industries that want to host
Yeah.
this, to be able to, so we can afford to go and gather a group of people of at least several hundreds to thousands of people. Go tayo doon, pupunta tayo. Then we will make that our advocacy na to be on the ground, na makausap natin ang ating mga kababayan sa iba't ibang parte ng Pilipinas. So yan, crowdsourcing tayo ngayon.
Oh.
You can reach us through our individual emails.
Yeah, especially
And-
kay Chris. Yeah, I mean,
and then
Chris,
from
yeah.
there, gagather natin to and we'll
Yeah,
put
hopefully
this together.
September, August, July, you
Yeah.
know, wala.
Yeah.
From
Anywhere-
July onwards, yeah.
Oo,
July
in the
onwards.
second half of the
This
year.
year,
Nandun
yeah.
we will be there no matter what.
Yeah.
Ang
We-
tanong lang kung sino mga gusto makipag-partner sa atin to do
Kung
that.
walang gusto mag-part, doon lang kami sa Kapihan. Kung
Oo,
saan
sa
na lang sa
Kapihan.
Cebu.
Doon tayo magkukwentuhan sa
Exactly.
Kapihan. Pero
If
gagawin
not,
natin to.
But we'll be there, so we just hope sana may welcome tayo. Diba?
Oo, yun lang.
No, I had fantastic time in Cebu last year. I was there. Iloilo, we had fantastic time. Also, a few months ago, we were there. So, dun sa grupo din namin, yung Pinas Foundation with Dina De Leon, with a couple of other fantastic people. We're already engaging the communities on the ground. Pero ang gusto namin sana mangyari dito, di ba? Parang dialogue, collaboration. Kasi honestly, we're here to learn. Kaya nga gusto ko trial and error eh. Baka marami tayong iniisip na mali pala.
Yep.
Doon tayo on the ground. Let's talk to people in different parts of the country na labas dito sa usual Luzon bubble
Yes.
natin, di ba? There's nothing wrong with us doing things in Luzon, but the Philippines is way more than Manila and Luzon. At sana, you will educate us. I'm more than happy to learn more.
Yes.
I'm here to learn. Yun na lang mensahe ko. Ikaw, Mark, because you're the vlogger extraordinaire, right? Aside from safe zone and safety, we want safe zones for discussion, right?
Yes.
Ano bang mga gusto na? What are you looking forward to dun sa mga kaibigan natin? Shout out.
Hindi, pagpunta doon, I want to talk, different we want to talk to the leaders, we want to talk to the students, to the
LGUs,
ordinary mga manggagawa doon, or ordinary people doon. We want to talk doon sa mga cab drivers nila, mga jeepney drivers nila. So, we want to get a feel kung ano.
Yeah.
Para to widen din.
So, i-vlog natin. Kunyari, nasa
i-vlog
cab
natin.
tayo, mag-usap tayo kayo. Yeah, maybe we should do that. I mean, di ba? Ginawa ni Ma'am Dania, di ba? Pumunta siya sa mga pro-Trump
Yep.
people. And sabi na, nag-Trump lang kami dahil hindi na pinabayaan kami ng Democrat Party.
Yep.
Ayun pala. O di ako, pag ako mayor, ayusin ko yan. Ganun siya, di ba?
Yep.
And he won them over. Yung mga maga,
Yes.
ulit. So, I'm not giving away too much, but you can see ano yung state of mind natin, anong gusto natin mangyari. So we want to go across the country not because we feel we have all the answers and kami yung magaling. Hindi. Actually, dahil gusto namin matuto. So please help us to learn more and more than happy to collaborate with each other. And of course, Kristan is our de facto producer / director / host, everything. So reach out to Chris and also reach out to the rest of us. Couple of universities across the country. Alam naman yung contact ko, so you're free to reach out to any one of us. Mark, how can people reach out to you?
Yung Progreso para sa Bayan na Facebook page.
Absolutely. Parang every 6 months may bago siyang advocacy.
Sabi,
Galing-galing.
siya,
Pero tuloy-tuloy para sa bayan.
Yun na yung name ng organization ko.
Ayun.
Oh, and with Vico and all? Is it related?
We support local candidates like
Vico, exactly.
Isko, mga ganun.
Progressive, good candidates. Thank you so much, guys. Maraming salamat and looking forward to your suggestions. Baka may suggestion kayo ng mga lugar na hindi namin naisip. I mean, we're not saying only those places.
Yes.
There's so many. If you have better ideas, please tell us. More than happy to take it in consideration. Safe zone, happy collaboration, discussion, and looking forward to Lovely gaining access again because we need more people like her doing fantastic things she's doing. God
All
bless. And enjoy Quadcom and hopefully next one. Attorney Falsis can join us without the Meow, without the Gucci, without all those most amazing people. Salamat.